welcome to the Cher Rue Show. I'd like to introduce my co-host, Kendra Starr.
Hey guys.
How are you?
Pretty good. I'm excited about today's show.
We have a special guest. Our guest today is Kaya Redford. He is an award-winning director of Homeless in America, founder, CEO, president of Team Up for Life. And it's TEAM. What is that? What does that stand for?
I was laying in bed one night and I was thinking how we team up. We're a community, we're a family. So how we team up, and I look at everybody I interact with in my life, and I look at it as for life. And then I thought team, well, what would team stand for? And I came up with think excellence, achieve magnificence.
Oh, I like that. Very nice. Okay, so welcome. So Kaya, you have a workshop that teaches salespeople, leaders, and entrepreneurs to achieve their goals, but not someday, but right now.
Yes.
What does that mean?
I really believe that a lot of us, not everybody, but a lot of us struggle with, putting things off to another day, to some day. We procrastinate. We're creatures of habit. So what we're doing is we're saying everything you want to achieve in life, achieve it right now. The only time is now. If you've watched the movie Kung Fu Panda, one of my favorite movies that I suggest all your viewers to watch, Uguay the turtle talks about the past is history, the future is a mystery, the only time is now, and it's a gift, and that's why we call it the present moment. So what we're saying is be everything you can be now. Don't wait for tomorrow.
It's kind of like go to your prom or do this.
Yes.
Even if you have to lose 30 pounds, don't wait. Just go and do what you need to do.
Yeah, and sometimes people will lose the weight for the prom or lose the weight for that wedding, and then go right back to gaining the weight back. And that brings up sort of another point, which is the goal is not usually to really achieve the best, most optimum health. The goal is to reach a certain weight by a certain date, but we need to have higher goals than that. We need to have goals that we will always stay in a state of excellence, not just for a specific date, but just run our entire life that way, if that makes sense.
So you mean like setting, today, by Friday I can achieve this goal.
Correct.
And I give myself a deadline to achieve a goal.
Which is great.
Right. And so, for me, I know what I need to do between now and Friday to get to that point.
Which is great. And then, so past Friday, what's your ultimate goal? Is it your ultimate goal just to be a certain weight by a certain date? Or is your ultimate goal to live a healthy life for the rest of your life, which means you're motivated by something different. You're motivated by something long-term, as opposed to short-term. Yet you need the short-term benchmarks.
Absolutely.
To get to the long-term.
Because if you don't have the short-term benchmarks, you never see any kind of success.
Exactly.
And I wasn't actually even referring to weight. I was more referring to business.
Business or anything. Right, Same thing with income. Some people make a perfect parallel with income. People make a certain amount of money. Their goal is to make, $5,000 or $10,000 income. Now that they've made it, what do? They go into cruise control. They have a period of activity, and then now the money's there, the cushion is there, and now they lose the motivation. Now they have inactivity, and what happens is the money dwindles away until they get motivated again because they have this fear of being broke. So for any of your viewers, if you find yourself like on a roller coaster ride in life where you have money, then you lose it, you have money, and then you lose it, what we do in our workshops, we take a look at what is it about you in that moment that's procrastinating or self-sabotaging your own success. Release the self-sabotage of going back to, losing your money. So you actually always have money. You always have the right health, vitality, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional well-being, and financial well-being.
That makes sense. Okay, and this is called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. And how did that come about?
You did your homework.
I did.
She did her homework. By the way, I want to say just a moment, I love you, Cher, and what you're doing, and Kendra, both of you, for what you're doing for the community. I wanted to state that, and the fact that you're being of service and you're helping all of us as a community by bringing myself or bringing other speakers, and what you both do is very tremendous.
Thank you.
So I want to thank you for this opportunity. NLP is called Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and it's a technology that explores the relationship between neuro, how we think, linguistic, how we communicate, and programming, which is your patterns of behavior and your emotions. And it's simple. It's illuminating the fact that when how you think, your neurology, how you communicate, the linguistic, and your program, your patterns of behavior and your emotions, when all those three are in alignment with what your higher self, with what your goals are in life, you have power. You have influence. You can go out in the world and create some amazing things. However, the flip side is true. When how you think is different from what you actually say, or what you say is different than actually what you actually do, your behaviors are incongruent with your actual what you say. You say, like, I don't want to eat candies, or I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, but then you have a drawer full of the stuff, and you know.
Were you in my house?
I mean, I'm just being, you know, it's a parallel with anything, you know. Part
That's
of me
who was in the other room. I know you're at my
Part
house.
of me wants to wake up 6 in the morning and become a millionaire, make 100 phone calls, and really build a big business. Other part of me wants to sleep till noon and goof off and not do it. Part of me wants to get lean and healthy and ripped, and the other part of me wants to eat Carl's Jr. every single day. These conflicts that we have show up in our end result. So,
well, I mean, do you ever think of? I mean, isn't there a balance to where, you know, you can be, going full force 5 days a week, and maybe you take that one day
yes.
to be to do the other thing, because if you don't have that balance,
yes.
I think that kind of that's almost a self-sabotage too.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you get really pissed off.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
yes. Actually, we're working with a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, Paul Leon, the mayor of Ontario, right. And he's getting even healthier. He's getting all the things in his life even to a higher degree, because he's a prominent man. He's there in big service, so he has to be his best self so that he can serve the people in the best way. Mm-hmm. And what we're doing is we're creating a program where you do 90% the right way and you do 10% cheating. You never expect it to be perfect all the time. You can't always be on point. You need, like in religion, you need the Sabbath day. You need the day where you rest, the day where you goof off, where you do nothing. And that invigorates you and gives you energy for the other days. You can't always be perfect. If you never splurge, then what happens is you never reward yourself for the dedication that you've had in the 5-6 days of maintaining a healthy diet. So it is balance. Balance is huge. Always important.
I know. I get upset. Like if I go 5 or 6 days and I'm not eating chocolate, because I love chocolate.
I love dark chocolate.
Me too.
Chocolate.
Dark chocolate's good.
Then, I get angry. It's like every time I've gone on a diet, it's like I get angry. It's like, why? Why are these people walking around, the skinny ones, and they can eat whatever they want, and I have to really struggle? I get mad.
I don't think diets, again, I'm not saying I'm right, just my theory. I think in an overall sense, I think diets don't work.
No, they don't.
They're short term.
You have to be healthy.
It's the diet. It's like, think about this. What is, like, if we go in deep into the psychology of it, what you lose. Think about it. When you lose something,
you're looking for it.
You're looking. Yeah, you lose something. So your unconscious mind, if we want to go into technical terms, is looking to find back or bring back what you lost. You want to release it.
Right.
You want to release it. So release means you're gone with it for life, which means it's not a diet. It's not losing a certain amount by certain. It's a lifelong commitment. And here's the thing: your life would be better in every way. So this is what it's about. It's like helping people. All of us. I have problems. I mean, come on. I mean, we all do. I'm a life coach. I never try. I'm a corporate trainer life coach. I never, ever, ever want to communicate that I'm perfect, that I don't have problems, that we don't have. We all have problems. We all have. It's not that we don't. We all have issues. We all have issues. We all have problems. Let's just be honest about it. So, including me. So what I'm saying is, it's not about that. It's not about concealing that you have a problem. We all do. It's about how you respond. How you respond to it. So we're teaching people tools how to respond to improve the areas of their life. Because we're all equal in this game. No one has the answers. We're all trying to figure out the game of life. Some of us have tools, like myself, that will help you in many areas of your life. And if those work for you, great. And that's what we do.
I know there's a lot of, doing some research on you coming in here, there's a lot of different programs out there.
Yes.
And a lot of different motivational speakers. My sister happens to be one as well.
Yes.
And different programs and all that. What sets yours aside, do you think, from some of the other people that are out there? What do you bring to the table that maybe somebody else might not?
What's really big, the big essential difference is that what we teach is not intellectual. When you teach something that's intellectual, like reading a book. Have you ever read a book and yes, it impacted you when you learned something for a few days, you applied it, then you forget. You go back to your typical pattern, your, what do they call that, autopilot. Mm-hmm. What we teach is we teach change at the unconscious level. 90% of our behavior is by habit. So we actually go in deeper than just intellectual, and we create the change in your physiology, in your cells, in your neurology, in your beliefs, in your values, such that you have become a new person that's doing these new things. You're not having to focus. Think about it. Have you ever tried to change a habit?
Well,
and you have to focus on it, and then you forget, and you go, oh, gosh, I should have done it that way. Why? Because you're having to focus to change it, and it takes days and days and sometimes months. Yet, have you ever had a time where something's changed just in a moment, and you've been changed forever?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. We create the change that's impactful for a lifetime, and it's in the moment because it's deeper. It's not this just theoretical thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to take a quick commercial. We'll
Okay.
be right back.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Tonight's episode has been brought to you by Kickin' Ketchup, a new all-natural sensation that transforms foods such as French fries, eggs, and meatloaf into a culinary delight. Kickin' Ketchup. Ketchup with a kick. Best Face Forward Skincare. Cher and Kendra pamper their skin with green tea European facials provided by Best Face Forward Skincare in San Juan Capistrano. To make an appointment, call 949-235-1294 or visit them online at bestfaceforwardskincare.com. Cher Rue BBW Dating. Find that special someone who understands and appreciates the fuller size. Join for free and post your profile in minutes at bbwsherruedating.com. Red Carpets LA. Providing red carpet rentals, media walls, video and lighting, and red carpet assistance for the greater LA and Orange counties. Transform your next event into a red carpet Hollywood premiere. redcarpetsla.com. Wentworth Public Relations. A premier firm giving you personal one-on-one service. WentworthPublicRelations.com. We put you in the spotlight. Satisfaction Entertainment. Providing premier mobile entertainment services throughout Southern California for almost 20 years. Stream your next wedding, convention, or corporate function over the internet with our new live streaming services. Visit SatisfactionEntertainment.com for more information. Tia Crystal. Visionary artist. Public speaker. Author, and inspirational leader. Visit tiacrystal.com for clarity and spiritual guidance.
Okay, so we're back from commercial, and we're with Kaya Redford. Okay, so Kaya, you've trained Bank of America, New York Life, Century 21. Those are some big people. Mm-hmm. Did these companies feel successful before, or did they get a sense how to treat people from the heart, as you say, from the as the workshop teaches it?
Great question. A company like, let's talk about New York Life, for example. We're training multiple offices, and also another great company called Legacy, Full Circle Financial. Let's just talk about New York Life for a moment. They've been around for 167 years, something like that. So we're talking about companies that have been around for a long, long time. And so that shows, they've earned the credit, that they've been there for a long time. So, but what you find is a lot of people that are in especially the financial industry, they're young. They're people in their 20s and 30s that, either just come out of college or have had a few jobs here or there. They don't really have, necessarily a great level of experience in effective communication. So what we do is we work with Fortune 500 companies such as those with the top CEOs, leaders, entrepreneurs, salespeople on effective communication that helps their clients to take action on their offers. So that, think about it, nothing happens in this country until something's either bought or sold, right? So moving, production, allowing clients to be served, allowing families, work people to go out, make commissions, and bring money home to their families for Christmas. It's just a necessary part of our economy. So what we do is we're using NLP not just as a healing art, we're using it as a way to increase business and increase abundance in the community.
Do you see yourself more as, because I'm hearing a lot of, for lack of a better term, buzzwords.
Correct.
Do you see yourself more as a life coach and, coming into corporations, or more of the more metaphysical kind of deal? Because I'm kind of getting a little sense of both.
Yeah, I make it very clear. At this point in my life, my number one focus is to teach people how to go out there, be successful, and make money. That's it. And what's interesting is right next to that is everything else. So a lot of the mental, spiritual, emotional, physical, all these other things come into play, because in order for someone to be effective and to be successful in earning money, guess what? They have to feel good about themselves. They have to usually lead a somewhat of a balanced life. They have to have good self-esteem, self-worth, because it's that level of confidence in them that is going out there and getting clients to buy into them, to buy their products or services or not. So to train people in the area of how to be successful in the business and not address their personal issues, it's just not going to work, because it's your energy, it's your state of mind that really is the thing that will dictate your success.
Is that part of doing what you're? I mean, we're very lucky. We have a new startup business and it's doing very well. Yes. But the reason it is doing well is because we're passionate about it.
Exactly. You're passionate, and why else?
But I mean, does passion come from being taught it, or should you just go for something that you're passionate about? Maybe you don't want to be in the financial industry. Maybe that's not. I mean, maybe that was a choice you made, right, at one point. But I think you always have to find the thing that you're passionate about doing. Sometimes you make money, sometimes you don't.
100%. I would completely agree with you there. It's got to start with what inspires you, what you're passionate about. Because, if you're not passionate about something, think about what the energy is going to be like. We probably know people that go to a certain job every day and hating it. And then, what is the result? What kind of results do they?
They're not doing a good job.
They're not doing a good job. You've got to be passionate. I think that the foundation of life is find out what you love to do, and do it, and make sure that it's something that is compensatable. In other words, I love to do this, and it's actually something that people will pay money for. Because what good would it be to be passionate about something and then to be broke? Or to have your kids going hungry at Christmas time. So you're passionate, you're playing guitar, you're doing this, you're doing that, but then at the same time,
I'm passionate about helping others, and I don't get paid.
Well, I suggest be passionate about helping others and find a way to get paid. And here's why. I'm just going to be really honest with it. If you're passionate about helping others, which is great, I do philanthropic work. I do homeless documentaries. I get paid for that or whatever. Just met with Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa on the 23rd and spoke about the homeless situation. So there's philanthropic things you do all the time, and tithing and church, whatever, that you don't get paid for. So that's good. What we're saying is that if in your career you're doing work and you're not getting paid for it, if you are out of integrity with that, if you don't feel good about that, what are you teaching? What are you teaching other people to do? Because would you agree that what you provide is so important to the world? And if you're not receiving, if you're giving, you're not receiving back, what are we teaching? We're teaching other people to give and not receive back either, which now there's an imbalance. Talk about balance.
Right,
it's
it should be an exchange of energy.
It's an exchange of energy. That's all it is. And then how can you give from a cup that's empty or that's not full?
Right.
You want to give from a cup that's overflowing. So you need to make sure that cup of yours, you're always taking care of yourself.
Right.
You're always receiving. Because if you're not receiving, you're not taking care of yourself. How can you love someone else and you don't love yourself? How can you inspire someone else to go and achieve their goals when you yourself are giving, but you're not achieving your own financial goals? It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so this workshop helps with all kinds of relationships, like
yes, that's another
boy-girl relationships.
Yeah, well,
boy-girl,
I would say
girl-boy,
this. I would say this. Would you agree that your life is directly proportionate to your ability to effectively communicate? Number one, to effectively communicate with yourself.
True.
You effectively communicate with your clients.
Yes.
Your ability to effectively communicate with your husband or wife or your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend.
Right.
And especially your ability to effectively communicate with your kids. How many parents out there, you find yourself bossing or telling or screaming or getting frustrated at your kids? Wouldn't it be great if there was another way to communicate where they would do the things that you want them to do? Because for their reason. And it's all done through communication. It empowers them. Mm-hmm. Makes them feel like they're owning that as opposed to being, just bossed around.
Yeah, see, I'm from the old school of that. I'm a bosser. I bossed him.
Now, bossing is okay. There's times when you've got to wear different hats, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you don't bring that, what we have different energies we talk about. One of them is the earth energy, Mother Earth, and the nurturer. One of them is the fire energy, which is being around a warm fireplace, cuddly, like connected.
Sure.
Another energy is the metal energy, which is like gems. You see everybody in the earth like a diamond, a sapphire, ruby. You see the light in another person. Another energy is water. People, it's about being curious about other people, learning, discovering about them. The last energy is the wood energy, and the wood energy is where you have to give people a bold choice. You have to say, you're in or you're out. You're going to do your room, or there's going to be consequences.
Sure.
So if you're not going to have at any point any bossing, you're just not going to get any result. But the question is, are you just bossing?
Yeah.
Where's your heart? Is your heart laced in with the bossing? And that's what we teach. We teach a way of communicating where you actually cover all the ranges of communication. You get it done. You don't just do it one way. You do it multiple ways. So the person feels cared for, loved, and a sense of, I got to get this done, and I respect you, and I also respect myself.
How long do your seminars last?
I do a complimentary 2-hour workshop, all over town, and then from there I have a 2-day training, mm-hmm. which is Leap now, which is focused on making money, for salespeople, leaders, entrepreneurs, and then I have an NLP certification program, which is 8 days, which gets you certified through the American Board of NLP and the American Board of Hypnotherapy, which is the two biggest, it is the biggest, actually, NLP board in the world, has worldwide recognition. So you get certified in this. So you're actually a life coach, not only through me, but through the two biggest boards. You get 3 certifications in one, so it's fantastic.
Well, I know that for a lot of people, corporations, it's easy to kind of bring their people in.
Yes.
Is it? And if people are going to, you obviously are doing what you're passionate about.
Yes.
And you're doing it, and you're making money at it. Great.
Yes.
Is it something that's affordable to most people?
Yes. Well, what I suggest we do is typically you come to a 2-hour complimentary workshop, you discover what it is. The investment for the 2-day workshop is, it's under $500. So we have depends on how many people are in. So it's not nothing, but it's pretty inexpensive. It's not $10,000.
Right.
Okay. And we offer 100% money back guarantee on all of our trainings. Quite literally, up until the last minute of the workshop, if you feel you haven't got your values worth, you get a 100% refund. And we do that. No one's ever asked for a refund. Why? Because
they feel like
because they're getting much more out of it.
Yeah. And then the advanced program is more time, it's more investment, it's board certified, it's more, and certainly starting off with the first 2, then you can discover if you want to take it to the next step.
That's awesome.
Do you think that a lot of people sabotage themselves and they don't know it?
Do I sabotage myself? Are we creatures of habit? The reality is, and this is not even a finger pointing at anybody. It's how we are as a human species. We are creatures of habit. So what we've been doing in the past up until now, we're typically going to continue doing unless we get help, unless we do a change. So what happens if someone makes a small change and doesn't, makes a strive to get better, but doesn't really get it cleared up from the root cause of the problem. If you don't address the root cause of the problem, you may make 1 step forward, but you'll take 2 steps back. It's how we are as human beings to do that.
I do that. I'm sitting at home, I'm watching TV, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to eat after 6 o'clock, okay? Every day I do that. And then around 9 o'clock, I'm like, where's the popcorn?
Yeah.
And I go in and I get popcorn.
Yeah. And I read something recently about popcorn, so I'll have to let you know what it is. But Popcorn's not good.
You might want to
dark chocolate's good. Oatmeal is good.
Chocolate before I go to bed.
So, yes. So, in other words, if there is a part of you that wants to make these healthy choices, and another part of you that is saying, let me do this, what it means is at the unconscious level, okay, conscious, unconscious. We can talk a little bit more about that for viewers that may not know what that is. But let's just say there's two parts of your mind. It's really one, but we like to look at it as two parts because they operate kind of differently. If a part of you wants this and a part of you is actually doing that, it's a conflict. And so what we need to do is take these two, and we need to actually find out where they both agree. What they want ultimately is the highest intention of both. When we're able to get to the highest intention of both, what it does is actually removes the conflict.
So isn't that like a therapist?
I was going to say, I mean, it's like an 8-day like major crash course in therapy. I mean, for people who've been in therapy for 20 years,
a lot of people has experienced me will say, okay, yes, make more money, more successful, but then they'll also say, right with that, there's a lot of healing going on. They see me as a healer. And I don't want to hold it that I'm a healer. I think we're all healers. I mean, there's, you know, you're special, I'm special, and in a way, and you're special, and in a way, you're not special, not special, not special. Why? Because we're all special, so no one's more special than anybody else.
That's true.
We're all special. You know, so we're all healers. So, yes, it's helping people to achieve their...
Well, and everybody has their own talents and gifts that they've been given.
Yes.
And, you know, if you can, you know, learn to expand your gift...
Yes.
Then, you know, some people have the gift of, you know, giving and gab and all that stuff, and they use it.
Yes.
Yeah, you sure have that.
I know.
And you're a little bossy.
I am bossy.
Bossing can be good.
But my children are very well adjusted today.
That's
true.
Today.
Yeah.
Okay, so NLP has been used by President Reagan, Clinton, Trump, Obama.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Oprah.
Yes.
So do you think this has been a key factor in their success, or do you think they would have just made it anyway?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. It's almost like saying, in answer to that question, I would answer this way: I cannot give you something that you don't already have.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's a very good answer.
Is not going to give you something that you don't already have. What it does is it activates what you already have. If someone tells you, I'm going to do something to you, this magic. No, because that says that the power is outside of you, that someone else has to give you this power. No, the power is within you, the power is within us, the power is within all of us. NLP is a way to activate the power that's already stored within us. Go back to the movie Kung Fu Panda, and Po gets the secret scroll, and it has the secret to, be the dragon warrior. And it's a mirror. There's no message, there's no secret. He's perplexed. And what he discovers is it's the mirror because the secret is in you. So how to help you discover your own secret of success is what we do.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So can you tell us your website?
Yes, our website is teamupforlife.com. And that is team, T-E-A-M, up, U-P, for, F-O-R, not the number 4, but the word F-O-R, life, L-I-F-E.com. And you can also call, best way is actually, not even the website, is to call directly to join our events list. It's a free text you'll get that will invite you to an event that's also a free event. And you would text us at 90210. So you'll type in the text, the number 90210. That's the number you'll send the text to, and in the message you'll type in Kaya, which is my name, K-A-Y-A-V-I-P. So all one word, Kaya, K-A-Y-A-V-I-P, space, and your first and last name. And you'll be my VIP guest in the front row at my event.
Awesome.
Complimentary.
Very nice.
Yeah, hey. It's all for
So if there's anything else you wanted to...
I'm just excited to be here. I'm excited to see where you're going to go, and
I'm going to look for the key to open me up.
Yes, I'll share one last quick thing.
What's your best ditty? I'm ready.
It's something that really impacted me when I heard it. It's Michelangelo, if you've heard of Michelangelo, the famous sculptor, artist, was once approached by a gentleman, and he asked him, how do you create these perfect statues? Like, how do you create the perfect statue of David? And Michelangelo said, I don't do anything. I go to a quarry, and I see this big piece of marble. And until that point, I don't even really know what I'm doing. But in a moment, when I see this big piece of marble, God inspires this statue, this sculpture within that piece of marble. And my job is nothing else other than just to remove the excess marble. The perfect statue is in that piece of marble. My job, he says, is just to remove that which is not the perfect self. You have the perfect self in you. You have the most successful, creating, loving, happy, abundant, achieving being in you. You have the perfect person in you. And all we're doing is helping each other discover that. And when I say perfect, again, I'm not saying, we're created perfect in the image of God. We're not saying we're perfect in any other way. We're just saying that there is a person in you that is as close to perfection as you can possibly be, and we're just going to help you discover that. And knowing that we all have things we're working on simultaneously.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excited.
Well, thanks, Kendra. It was a great show.
Yes, thank you, Kendra.
All right, everybody. And as always, we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.